Hi folks, welcome back to another episode of the Single Dad's Cookbook. Today I'm going to be making my version of Bombay potatoes. So for this you're going to need some potatoes, a tin of tomatoes, some ground turmeric, some cardamom pods, some ground cumin and some garam masala, an onion, some coriander, and you are going to need some ginger and garlic as well. So just while I'm counting out and cracking these cardamom pods, I want to welcome you to the channel. If you are brand new to the Single Dad's Cookbook, please push the subscribe button. It costs you nothing, but means the world to me. And also, if you are watching this video, if you can push the like button, because that appeases the algorithm gods. Okay, that's done. Get that out of the way. I've got the cardamom pods, so I've got some oil on in a frying pan. And I've put the cardamom pods on there because what I want to do is I want them to release all their flavour into the oil. Now, while that's doing, I'm just going to thinly slice up the onion because we're going to use that and bring that all down. So that's done, nice and straightforward. Grab yourself a little bowl and you're going to make your spice mix. Now, I've got a teaspoon and I'm going to put a teaspoon of ground cumin in, a teaspoon of turmeric, a teaspoon of garam masala, half a teaspoon of salt, and a tablespoon, of black pepper. And that's the spice mix done. While I'm doing that, I just want to say thank you for all the positive likes and the comments. I do read everyone, and if you ask me a question, I will try and respond to it. And I always ask, can you put down where you're watching this video from? Because a year later, it still blows my mind where you guys are watching these videos from. And I know it may sound like, well, yeah, it's a global entity, YouTube and all that kind of stuff, but trust me, it means the world to me. So you've got your spices in there, give that a mix, and pop that to the side. So onto the potatoes now. For Bombay potatoes, you can do this any way you want. I've just got some russet potatoes because they were actually on a deal in the supermarket. I've watched a lot of recipes and they use new potatoes. Again, whatever preference you want, you can, if you don't have the skins on, or you leave the skins on your normal potatoes. However you want to do it is down to you. This is how I'm doing mine. And I'm just cutting them into chunks, bite-sized chunks. Because Bombay potatoes, in my eyes, is a side dish to go alongside like the curry, or as a starter, or as a sharing platter. So you don't want big chunks of potato. You want to be able to, everybody can have a fair piece. So you can see there, I've got them into just bite-sized pieces, really. I've got hot water on in the pan, boiling. Now, I learnt my lesson, and I am just removing the cardamom pods. Now, it doesn't look like the oil's hot there, but as you watch this, so they've done their job. You now add in the onion. And when we add in the onion, it should be sizzling away, and there you go. Look, you can see down the bottom of the screen there, it's sizzling away. At this point now, you've got to keep an eye on these, and you just want to reduce them right down until they're beginning to go translucent. You can take them all the way, but I just keep mixing them because you're going to, it may look like a lot of onion, but they will reduce right down. So just keep an eye on them and keep going. So over time, you start to see they become a little bit more translucent. And this isn't a fast process. You can have them up on high, but even on a high heat, it will take maybe 10 minutes. Roughly the same time as your potatoes take to boil, to be honest. And you can start seeing now they've got a bit of colour. And once they start doing this, this is where you want to add in your garlic and ginger. Now, I've got these cubes that are pureed, and what they were, I found them in the supermarket and they were ridiculously cheap. So I've got them. And you can start to see the colour now. And as it goes, so they're starting to get more and more caramelised. You can take them even further, or at this stage, as they're starting to pick up that brown colour, you're adding in the spice mix, and we're going to toast this off. So we're going to mix it all in. Don't worry, it's going to go almost like a black in the pan, but you're lifting all those flavours, and you're going to cook that out for a couple of minutes. Because you don't want the rawness of the spice. You want to cook it and get it incorporated in all that lovely flavour. So once you've mixed it in, you see there. Now, you could be tempted here to add a bit of water and all that kind of stuff, but you don't need it because you're going to add in the tomatoes. So you see there, after another few minutes, I'll just keep moving it. You're adding in your tomatoes. Again, I've just got a tin of Italian tomatoes. You can add fresh tomatoes, blitz it all in, do that. But I've got plum tomatoes. I'm just breaking it down, mixing it in, and I'm going to let that go until it's all reduced and amalgamated into a beautiful, almost tomato paste. But just keep mixing, keep going, and let it reduce down. At this stage, once you're happy with your mixture, you could add in some chili powder, chili flakes, fresh chili if you want to take it to that level. I'm not adding any in. And again, it depends. If you've got a spicy curry, you might not want to add any in here. If you've got a mild curry, you might want to add a bit of heat in your Bombay potatoes. It's however you want to balance your meal. So as you can see, it's starting to pick up the colour. It's gone a darker red. I'm adding in some chopped coriander. Again, I know coriander doesn't sit with everyone. You can leave it out. I'm just adding a bit, and you could add a bit parsley for the green flakes. So I'm just going to add that in, give that a mix, and you're just keeping it moving so it's not catching. But you can see how it's reducing, and it's becoming that beautiful paste. By this point, your potatoes should be done. Again, fork test them, take them to how you want them. You could take them a little bit softer, again, however you eat your potatoes. So after a few more minutes, you can see the moisture's evaporating. We're adding in our potatoes. You don't want them too soft because you don't want them to break up. You don't want them too hard where it's raw potato. So you do have to keep an eye on it. And now all we're going to do is we're just going to mix this in so that the potatoes are all covered in that beautiful paste that we've made. And you can see here these potatoes are holding their shape quite well. So I caught them just perfect. You've got to keep an eye on these. Like I said, if you cut them bigger, then you've got more room for error. We cut them smaller, obviously they cook quicker, but your room for mistakes is far, far shorter. But these were spot on. So just keep mixing, make sure that nothing falls out, and you just want to keep going until they're covered in that beautiful paste. And let them cook for a couple of minutes. Let them sit in that beautiful sauce that you've spent all that time making. Then we're going to plate up, and you can see there, look at the stickiness of the sauce. The potatoes have held their shape. Absolutely perfect. And we're going to finish it with just a little bit of that coriander again. I'm just going to sprinkle that over the top, rip it up, sprinkle it over the top. And folks, that is my Bombay potatoes. Quite straightforward. Thyme is what you need to use on it because that's what builds the flavours. But a phenomenal side dish to go along with your curry, or as a starter, or just treat your vegetarian friends. Okay, as always, look, from my family to yours, I hope you're looking after each other and yourselves out there. The world's a bit mental, so I hope this little video helps. Pretty cheap once you've got the ingredients in. It's a bag of potatoes and an onion, really, and a tin of tomatoes. But it's a healthy dish, hearty dish. And as always, till the next time, thanks very much for watching. And if you could hit the subscribe button and the like button, it means the world to me. Bye for now.